Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. So today we are gonna attempt to finish working on the Caprice, and she just ran away. I don't know why. Well, look, man, this car right here, I want this car for my girls to start driving on. Well, one of them, the other one wants to. I'm not gonna say what kind of car, but we got another project going on. Let's beat it for a different day. But I did one side already. Today we're gonna be working on the disc only. I'm gonna show my girls what is what and what we're doing. I told them before I start teaching them how to drive, they gotta learn this. They gotta learn how to work on the car. So this is gonna be a family project. The thing is, they don't wanna be in camera. So they're behind the camera, but we're gonna, I was gonna start explaining, but might as well do it, man. If you brand new to, so you barely start working on the cars, not a mechanic, I think I know how to do a thing or two. But anyways, man, let me start working with these girls. So right, mamas, this is, what is this?
Disc?
Yeah, this is a disc. This one right here is the one that holds the wheels. Before we put it, you see how the other one was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta put the bearings. You see how we already put grease inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before we put the bearing in, we gotta go this out of the way. Put it right here. You gotta put grease on the bearing. You gotta make sure it spins. You go all the way around, put pressure on it. That way you use little bearings right here, spin. So what you wanna do is make sure they're spinning so you can get grease everywhere. Because if you don't, and you don't get grease everywhere, once they start spinning and they're dry, you might burn them. And that's not gonna be good for you, the wheels, or the car. So you make sure you put pressure on, get a lot of grease, start rotating it. Then in the front, right here, you see how it's an opening? Mm-hmm. Okay, you go in, put more grease and put pressure. You see how is the grease inside? So you want to make sure you get grease everywhere. So you get a bunch of grease, you just pressure it in. Boom, pressure it in. Now we go to the back. You see how it's dry, right? Get more grease. Boom, apply pressure. Get more grease. Boom, apply pressure until you go all the way around. You're gonna be doing that all the way around. Pow, pow. Okay, so once you did that all the way around, we're gonna put the bearing inside. This is the inner bearing. Just go towards the car. I think, I'm not sure, but I call it the inner bearing. It's inner or outer. So I think the inner is the one that goes closest to the car, the one in the back. So once it's ready, fully greased, you drop it in. Make sure, come here. Go around, man. Whenever you drop it in, come here. That way you can see. You see how this is in and this is inside and this is open? Mm-hmm. Okay, the inside goes in. Make sure it sits good. Once you got it right there, guess what you're gonna do? Grab more grease, put it in, and what I like doing is just spin the bearing. Make sure you're spinning. You see how it's turning? Mm-hmm. That way, making sure it's getting grease everywhere. Boom. And then all the extra grease that came outside, put it back in. Put it back in. Put it back in. Get a little bit of more grease. Don't be afraid with the grease, man. The more grease, the better. So this is big chunks of grease, right? The reason why we still gotta put a seal in the back to hold that bearing in place. Seal is gonna be right here. This is the seal right here. You see it got like a rubber right here? This is gonna keep the grease inside. So whenever you put the seal in, see, you got two sides. The red side goes in like this. Pass me the hammer. You're not gonna hit it hard, but look, this side right here, I'm pressing it down, right? So what are you gonna do? Small little taps all the way around. That way you don't mess up the seal. You see this side right here is flush. This is still high, right? So you go where it's flush. You hear the sound? It's different now. It's metal to metal. So now that it's in, more grease. Put it around. So we're done with this side. This side we don't gotta worry about this. Just clean the grease on the outside. Okay, now we're gonna go to the front. Flip it. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna leave it, baby. And the wife do love me. I'm a boy. So, where you going, weirdo?
She's got a cough.
So, again, we're gonna put grease right here. All the way around. All the way around. Now guess what we're gonna do to the front one? Grease it again. Same way we grease the other one, we're gonna grease this one. Okay. So again, get some grease, put all the way around, make sure you're pressing, that way the bearings can turn. You make sure everything gets greased. Oh, this is high temperature disc brake, man. That's what y'all need. Okay, now that we went all the way around with the bearings, we do the same in the front. Big chunk, press down, now we go to the back. Big chunk of grease, press down, big chunk of grease, press down. So again, on this one, small side go in, the big side goes out. This one is gonna be different. This one doesn't have a seal. This one got a it got a washer where you secure everything in place. So we're done with this side, and we're gonna move into the wheel, man. All right, so now that we're over here, we already greased this little guy here. Now we're gonna put this guy. Whenever you put it in, make sure you put your thumb in the front. That way you know you're not gonna push the bearing out like that. There it goes. You need to make sure that you see how I pushed it the first time, right? You need to make sure the bearing is all the way in and it's sitting right. Okay. Let me see this real quick, baby. So this one doesn't have a seal, but it got a washer. This washer right here, you see it got like a little teeth right here, teeth mark. And if you come over here, you can see the teeth mark right here. So what this is gonna do is, and put some grease. You line it up. You're gonna put it in. Boy, get out of here, man. Bato, we're working, homie. So now after we do that, we got this guy right here. This nut is gonna oh look, you see that box right there on top, the cotter pins. Yeah, that one. The second one, let me see. Yeah, no, not that one, from the from right. Yeah, that one. Get one of those. We're gonna need that. Okay, so these ones right here, whenever you take it off, I know I didn't show you how to take it off, but it has a cotter pin. What I like doing every time I switch them, I'll replace them. So this one, you clean it up. This really doesn't have to be that tight. This gotta be hand tight. The reason why, if you tie this too much, you're gonna prevent the disc from turning, and you don't want that. Go back a little bit because it's not gonna get there. So right here, whenever you put the nut, you gotta make sure where the little hole is for the cotter pin. So you see how it's hand tight, right? If I go that way, it's not gonna get to where I need it to be. So I just go one back, look for the little hole. It's right there. Bring this one in. Remember the orange pliers that I was using, the cutters on the other side? They got a orange handle. Can I get them, please? Okay, so whenever you put the cotter pin, this one's got two little legs, right? So what you're gonna do, one side, you're gonna bring it up and around. You're gonna make it flat. The reason why you're doing this right here, so you make sure it doesn't come off. Because if this come off, this is gonna come off. So if it comes off, the whole thing is gonna come off. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna lose a tire while you're driving, and that's gonna be no bueno. Once you put the put everything in, you wanna span. You see how it's silent? Mm-hmm. Nothing is sounding. You cannot move it from side to side. Look, if you cannot move it, that's what you want, and you want this to span free. Once we do this, you see the other leg on the cotter pin? This one, we're gonna cut this one right here. You cut one and you fold the other one. Remember the dust cap that you gave me for the other side? Give it to me, baby, please. So I'm gonna put more grease again. You want to pack it with grease as much as you can. Once we do that, this is called a dust cap. Why is it called a dust cap?
Keeps the dust.
It keeps the dust cap. So these ones, they got different sizes. You want one that you're gonna have to smack a little bit to go in. I left the hammer over there, so we're gonna improvise. This is the old brake pad. Alright, so now everything's in, and baba, we are good. I cut my finger. So since I gotta go to work, This is what we're gonna do today. So what do you put? What is this called again? Disc. And what do we put on?
The tire.
The bearings.
On the bearings.
We put the bearings and we pack them with grease. After you pack them with grease and you put it on, what do? The dust cap. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna replace, what is this? A brake caliper. So what it this does, if it's a brake caliper?
It's a brake.
It's a brake, yeah, you're right. So we're gonna replace this, we're gonna put a brand new one. And you're gonna help me how to bleed the brakes, man. So again, man, this video was mainly to start working with baby girls. But if you want to start working on your car, this is basic video, man. Nothing to it. It's really easy. It's really easy when you know what you're doing. I was telling my girls that the very first time I did my brake jobs, I didn't know that you're supposed to put bearings on the disc. And I just slap on the disc like that, put the brake calipers. Man, my boy Los was with me, and he's like, "What is that smell?" The wheels were moving all over the place, man. I went back to his shop, man. I'm not gonna lie, he was on me for that for a while, because guess what? We had to replace everything again because I messed up everything. So it was an expensive way to learn that you do need the bearings. So again, man, bearings, high temperature grease, hammer, cutters, and that's about it, man. That's all you need. So again, today we're only doing the disc brakes because I have to go to work. Tomorrow we're gonna be working on the brake calipers and the brake pads, man. So thank you for watching, man.